Good evening, Trinity community. It is Thursday evening, July 30th, and I'm just coming to you from my office tonight, and I just want to speak to you a couple of good words about some things that are happening at Trinity and some things to consider as we move forward through the next month before school starts. Obviously, these are absolutely incredible times that we're living through. You know, as families, as businesses, as schools, communities, as children. We care so much about our kids and their development and their ability to see the gifts that God has given them to fruition. Their social engagement, their emotional well-being, their physical development, everything about them. And today, just earlier this evening, we shared our plan with you about what we would prefer for the next school year. That came through the Trinity Weekly. You can also see details posted to our thsrocks.us website. And our preference is to be here in person 5 days a week with increased safeguards, with extra cleaning, extra precautions of all sorts that are mindful of the CDC guidance and the WHO guidance and the guidance from Pennsylvania Department of Education and of course the Diocese of Harrisburg. Those are all posted now up to date in this situation that is fluid, and you can access that easily through Trinity Weekly or again through our website. But again, this is a fluid situation. And in the event that it changes, in the event that we are told for the safety of our greater community, that we have to go to a blended form of instruction or a completely online form of instruction. I want to share with you in the next couple of minutes an outline for the plans that we have already in motion. So these alternative plans are built around the idea that we have been working this summer towards installing live streaming cameras in each and every one of our classrooms. Cameras that are capable of bringing high definition picture, really, into the homes of our families, through our Google Chromebooks, for instance, that all students will have. And teachers will teach in real time. If permitted, we would go 5 days a week, and we would keep our real schedule for our students, because that structure, that type of discipline in their lives is healthy for these kids. So they would get up in the morning and their lessons would be taught by Trinity faculty here at the school in the classrooms, and they would be live streamed for the children and also recorded, because we know that things arise that make watching the live broadcast impossible sometimes. But the point is this: you would get the benefit of our outstanding faculty and staff teaching directly into homes. On top of that, any alternative plans that we would have are going to include the development of the students' hearts, their souls, their spiritual life. And those of you that were with us last spring, you know that that's true. You know that we maintained a devotion to the life of the Spirit that never went down when the school was forced to close. We're going to develop the whole student, even if it's remotely. Now, for our new families, for those of you who are just joining us, say, in the class of 2024, or for those of you who are transferring in to one of our upper grades, you are going to be provided a Chromebook. It's a touchscreen Chromebook this year, which is actually a little bit better than what we were able to offer in the previous year. And your students will have that personal device for their very own to be able to work, whether we're in school in person, because that type of technology is embedded in many of our lessons already, or whether it becomes a primary instrument for the students to learn at home. It's a blessing that those devices are already here, and they're already formatted, and they're ready to go for the class of 2024 and all of those new kids who are going to join us in the upper grades. You know, students and families who were with us last spring, you remember what happened. We went down on a Friday, March 13th, and we were up and running literally in a matter of hours with online instruction. Was it perfect? No. In-person instruction is always preferable, but it was real. The grades were real. The outcomes were real. Your students learned. Our faculty was so incredibly dedicated to making that a reality. And now we're giving them the tools that'll make an even better outcome possible. So you know, if you were with us, you know full well that we never stopped learning. This is a family. It's a beautiful, self-contained community that has a larger mission, not only in the lives of the children, but in the greater community. We're small. We're able to pivot quickly. I like to think we have vision. We're able to bring the Trinity difference to your child, even if it's in an alternative form, with very little notice. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Better times are coming. And as for the present, not one moment is going to be wasted. I promise you. God bless you tonight and your families.